Good morning. As you can see, weather's changing. The deck is totally wet from whatever, fog in the middle of the night. But look at them sassy new shingles. Love that color too. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I came up, I was curious if any of my lines were actually straight because I worked through the night. Well, not through the night, but I worked past dark with that light right there. And after a while I thought, I better give it up because I didn't know if my rows were straight or not because it was pretty dark. Damn, they look pretty good. Here's the starter strip that you put around the perimeter. It's got the little glue tabs on the outside, so when it gets hot it'll hold down the sides of the shingle too. And then over that you lay your first full-size shingle. And then here's the stair-step method, which consists of 7 courses and then rinse and repeat. You start the first one with a full shingle, and then you cut 5/8 off of each shingle after that, till you get down to one little 6 1/4 inch piece, and then you start the cycle over again with the full sheet, and then one with 5/8 less, 5/8 less, 5/8 less, 5/8 less. And I guess that guarantees the distance between them stays the same or something. I'm sure there's a reason, I don't really care, but that's the method. Oh, I know what it is. It's so each one of the end of the shingles lands in the middle of the body of the other one. That way if water runs between the two, which probably will, it lands on the other full one and cascades down. And we're working with product line malarkey, which is slang for bullshit. Actually, I really like it. There's no problems with it. It is really tough to cut though. The shit is thick. This isn't the 3-tab. This is the new stuff. It's called dimensional shingle or architectural. And Jesus, man, it is so thick. Where they've got these little sections here. So cutting it with a razor knife is not really very easy. It's probably going to go through a whole bunch of my blades, even you starting at the back, just because it's so thick. Here's one thing they burned me on. They charged me $50 for this little stupid thing of flashing. In Home Depot, it was only $16. There was less of them, and they were pre-bent. So that's the only crappy deal from this company. Otherwise, it was a really good deal. All this material's like $1,600. Cheaper than it would have been from Home Depot by far. I gotta wait for my deck to dry out. I don't want to trap all that moisture in there. Plus, all the ripples are prominent in the morning when it's cold and wet. After the sun fires up, everything will lay down a little bit flatter. Also, you need the sun warm up to activate the little drops of glue that are on the bottom of each one of the shingles that secures it. Because they aren't, because it's cold. But that row right there, once it gets hot enough, those heat up, spread out, and stick to the other ones. So you really need a day or two of sun to make it all fold down together. It needs to get hot. I gotta wait a little while before I can start pounding nails or the neighbors will all hate me. There's my rolls. Oops. Camera panning too fast. There's my roll material for the den. Oh man, these things are like 80 or 100 pounds each. These things are like twice as heavy as the tar paper rolls. And they sent me a couple of ripped ones, of course. They're pretty much the same as Home Depot in that regard. They don't care what the hell they put out the door. It looks like only about 18 inches is ruined, but that sucks. Hope I can get that part done today. Let's see, that's 3 bundles, and I did that in like 4 hours. But I also put the border stuff and had to go through the learning curve. Read the instructions. Oh yeah, depending on what bag you get, you don't want to try to read the instructions here. I went to their website and got the PDF and put it on my computer and stuck my monitor out the window for easier reference. Some of them are good, but most of them, because it's shrink wrap, the lettering's all look at this one. Oh yeah, you're gonna follow those instructions, aren't you? What is that? Look how good this looks though, right here with the, just this little portion right here. That looks pretty good. Oh yeah, this is a pain in the ass. With the tar paper, lacing it like that, it's not really an issue because it's thin material. This, because he's got these giant parts where there's, you know, these other pieces put on, it makes it really hard to fold into a valley. And instead of lacing one after the other, after another, which would probably take 2 days in itself, I'm doing the alternative method. These are all going to go beyond the valley, and then when this side comes forward, I'll snap a line from the top of the valley. Snap a line from the top of the valley to the bottom, and then the shingles that lay in this way will all get cut off at an angle coinciding with the valley. There's actually a third method too. You could have put a bare piece of metal in there like the neighbors did, but man, it looks terrible. You put a bare piece of metal in the valley and then each one runs to the edge. I think it's lame. So this is the way I'm rolling. I'm really happy with how straight those are, because I am a rookie and I couldn't actually snap lines all the way from here to there. For one thing, I'm a one-man show. For another thing, there's nothing to take a measurement off of that coincides with that. If you took a measurement off the corner of this, say 4 feet 6 inches up, well, what do you hold to this side? And then you've got the valley too. So I snapped a few out just like halfway, the length I could do by myself. And I don't want to drive any nails in to hold my snap line. We don't want any unnecessary penetrations. Man, it better not rain. Alright, check back at the end of the day and we'll see how much I get done.